Well, here's something you don't see every day. Oh, you do, constantly. You know, lack of transparency and openness from Popstars has always been a thing. Been ambiguous is what I should say. Like throughout time, Popstars has always been ambiguous, like with androgyny and so forth. You know, am I, aren't I? Am I gay? Am I bi? Am I straight? Am I a real crossdresser? David Bowie. Am I an alien? Michael Jackson. Do I kiss little boys? It's a consistent thing. And this sort of thing is... This is unfiltered cringe, for sure. So in pop, stars are exploring new sexualities. What I like about this is that it kind of gives off the impression that this is somehow something new and revolutionary. Like a lot of things these days. I won't be surprised if certain people in today's climate would claim to discover the wheel or fire. Or we go, oh, have you seen this? Like, look, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? I can like fucking get wood and make it burn and live off the land with this. You see what I discovered? Anyway, let's have a look at this cringiness. What's this tweet saying, that picture? I haven't before and still don't feel the need to now, which is okay. I remember Jessie J was like the whole thing about her being bisexual, and then she was like, you know, it's my decision, I'm not going to disclose whether I am or I aren't. It's like, not saying it is basically saying it, or it's just publicity. People just don't get the publicity machine, the hype machine that's constantly used all the time just to get people to talk about basically nothing. But you know, let's do that as well. You know, let's join in the fun. Last week, Ariana Grande set the internet on fire. Set the internet on fire. Lit it up, fam. With a lyric that suggested she was bisexual. Oh, a lyric that says, you know, lyrics are always like fully the most honest things, you know. The amount of people Sticky Fingers said he killed on his records. You know, I'm surprised he hasn't been held up in court on charges of murder with all his declarations of you know, criminality. You know. It's always good when the aircon makes a weird noise. Anyway, but what was truly remarkable was how unremarkable the line was. Brilliant. And now we have something that's truly remarkable that's unremarkable. I mean, isn't that wonderful? I mean, it's so scary. It's not scary. I am so high, I am sober. She is so sexy, she is ugly. I like women and men, the 25-year-old sang casually. Casually. Oh, so casually. You know, just being casual. Just being super casual about it, mate. Super casual. On Monopoly, a duet with her friend Victoria Monet. Still drinking, by the way. It was a throwaway comment. Sandwiched. Wasn't it wonderful that a throwaway comment can cause so much hype these days and uproar at times, isn't it? It was sandwiched between lyrics about songwriting royalties and her overwhelming workload. I need a twin. Yeah. But it sparked a flurry of speculation about the star's private life. Is she bi or nah? Asked one fan on Instagram, to which Monet replied, she said what she said. Admittedly, this sort of thing should only interest little girls who are fans of Ariana Grande, but you know, apparently journalists are interested too, because they got right some crap, haven't they? My first love. On Twitter, a fan commented, Ariana ain't got a label herself, prompting the star to respond, I haven't before and still don't feel the need to now. Isn't it wonderful how it's all about having labels but yet not being labeled? So it's like we're all going to fight for these rights so we can have this label that gives us rights, extra rights. But at the same time, we don't want that label, although we champion for the labels, but we don't want to be labeled. We just don't need the labels. I don't want the label, but I do want you to acknowledge the fact that I might be, but I'm not labeling myself. I will not live under a label. I will not be labeled as anything. I am whatever I say I am. There's nothing overprivileged about saying such things at all. Grande isn't alone after decades of closeted artists and coded lyrics. I mean, look, that's a fact. I mean, look at the massive transparent closet that George Michael was in. A new generation of gender and sexually fluid pop stars are challenging stereotypes and celebrating their identity through music. Do you know that line right there, right? Challenging stereotypes and celebrating their identity through music is just the epitome of it's just like, shut up. Celebrating your identity. Right, what's your identity? No label, nothing. There is no label. I am nothing. A significant breakthrough in 2012 when Frank Ocean posted an open letter to Tumblr describing how he'd fallen for a man when he was 19. There's a big difference between Frank Ocean and I hate to say it, like little like girly pop stars, you know what I'm saying? Because Frank Ocean, you know, came up in that urban hip hop world, like, you know, where just being bi is like still it's a big fucking deal. So Frank Ocean, like, that is something to talk about. That's something I go, oh my god, fair play. So I would do I think a chest clap's better for that kind of thing. Oh, right. You know, that. But like, little girly pop stars messing around with sexuality. Like Madonna was doing that shit back in the day. It was cringy then. It's cringy now. You know, remember when she got off with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears? That was just, oh god, that was just so desperate. And because now but now it's more accepted, it's supposedly not as desperate. It's all still desperate as far as I'm concerned. You know, doing this kind of thing. Am I or aren't I? You're probably not. Probably got off with your friend when you're drunk once. That doesn't count. In the late 90s, when Marilyn Manson was big, loads of boys were getting off each other just to fucking cause a scene. Right? Ain't nothing new. Right? Fucking understand me? It was my first life which changed my life, he wrote. There was no escaping, no negotiating with the feeling, no choice. I'm just skimming over it because we all know about Frank Ocean, and that's like something actually to talk about. Notably, Ocean chose to address his bisexuality at the start of his career. The letter was originally destined for the liner notes of his debut album, Channel Orange, and it did nothing to harm his sales or his reputation, as it didn't harm the sales and reputation of countless homosexuals who have been about since, well, openly gay people since the 70s in music, innit? What do I know? I'm just someone that reads history. I think the landscape has changed dramatically for queer artists. Ollie Alexander from Years and Years told the BBC last year. Don't know how that is. That's it. In the past, we've all been familiar with pop stars coming out in the middle of their careers or after they've become huge, and that feels like a heavy narrative to queer people. Now it seems to be really changing that artists can be out from the start of their career, and it's not some sort of sensationalized headline. Yes, of course. I mean, a pop star would not want a sensationalized headline to grab attention. That's not what they do, is it? Yeah. In the last few years, artists like Anne-Marie, don't know. Troye Sivan, don't know. Harry Styles, Oh, bollocks. Christine and the Queens. I think it's pretty obvious, that one, isn't it? And Demi Lovato have all talked about same-sex attraction or bisexuality in their lyrics. Yeah, right. Yeah, it seems not like open lesbians. Do you not remember Katie Lang? Fuckers. It's just trying to be. It's still being used as trying to be edgy. It is, or grab attention, or just latch on to a trend where you can become part of, some special group to make yourself feel better. You know what I mean? That's what I keep saying. There's so many fakers out there these days because it pays to fake. Pays going, oh, look at them. They're apparently an oppressed group. I'd like to be an oppressed person. It looks rather interesting. That's what it is, man. We're giving this fucking bullshit. I have to say it, bisexual still. I don't care what the rules apply. Like, they still annoy me. And they always will. It's just something about bisexuals. It's just like, that annoys me. I mean, just having it all, isn't it? Just having it all. Miley Cyrus has been particularly upfront telling Paper Magazine, I'm down with any adult, anyone over the age of 18, who is down to love me. Whatever. And when Janelle Monáe defined herself as pansexual in a Rolling Stone, well, that's what Miley Cyrus said she was in a Rolling Stone profile last year. Searches for the term rose by 11,000% on the online dictionary Merriam-Webster. Right. Pop songs are increasingly likely to feature same-sex pronouns and queer perspectives, while Monáe earned a Grammy nomination for a song, Pink, with a Y, a sex-positive celebration of female genitalia and self-love. You see, ladies have been getting away with this shit for a long time, right? You talk about whacking off, and apparently it's like cool. And it's cool, and it's edgy, and it's positive. Imagine a man talking about whacking off, huh? Why can't Frank Ocean release a song about beating his fucking pump station? Busting nuts all over photos of dudes. Can we not celebrate our genitalia in a similar way? There's always been something aggressive. There's always been an insult. Suck my dick. Fucking throw my dick in your face. Look at my big old dick. This dick gonna fuck you up. Do you know what I'm saying? Can we not celebrate our dicks and be praised? Be praised by magazines and far left-leaning online journals that no one reads? Can we not do that? Huh? Can we not throw our dicks around and say we're breaking stereotypes and pushing envelopes? Is that what it is? Pushing boundaries, tearing over, whatever it is. Can we not? Is that too much to ask for? Am I just pissing in the wind? Anyway, there's that video. I remember this, with the harem pants that look like cunts. Joe Nellis from the LGBT Foundation says musicians are simply reflecting their generation's attitude to sexual identity. There's a growing number of young people aged between 60 and 25 that identify as lesbian, gay, or bisexual. The figure currently stands at 4.2%. Now, some hardline religious people of many denominations would argue that this is the end of Western civilization. But me, which is more than twice as high as the general population. It indicates we're moving towards a society that's more tolerant and accepting, where people feel confident and comfortable and able to come out at a younger age. Well, that's all very fair and good. I'm telling you, these pop stars are fucking full of shit. That's it. That's what I'm going on about, alright? It's alright for the rest of them. Look, if you're not a pop star, right, you want to come out, do it. If you're a pop star and you're just doing it just for clicks and don't annoy me getting it wrong. Musicians have also been given license to express their sexuality by structural shifts in the music industry, says Rachel Brodsky, managing editor at Grammy.com. In earlier days, popular artists or a little more fenced in, with executives no doubt prioritising what will move records and make money, she explains. Like if you talk about a taboo subject on a record, you risk some giant music emporium like Best Buy or Walmart not stocking that record. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It did used to be like that. I can remember, NWA, no. Talking about not being stopped. Well, it hasn't happened in the last 20 years. But the way music is consumed is totally different now with streaming and the power of social media marketing. Nowadays, labels come after artists because of their authenticity, which usually translates to social media followers. That's right. So we see artists have a more significant upper hand when it comes to their image and what they say in their lyrics. It doesn't always go smoothly. Last year, Rita Ora was criticised for the chorus of her song Girls, in which she sang, "Sometimes I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. Red wine, I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls." That's a really crap lyric, isn't it? Sometimes red wine. Like, can you not think of something else? Sometimes I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. They're sublime. I just want to kiss girls, girls, girls. See? Fucking what? Some listeners were concerned the lyrics perpetuated a stereotype that women only hook up with other women when they're drunk or because it turns men on. Oh, you see, I just thought it was a real dumb lyric, but apparently that's what it's supposed to mean. Oh, there's actual meaning in that. Some listeners were concerned the lyrics perpetuated a stereotype that women only hook up with other women when they're drunk. I've never heard of that stereotype about girls before. I've never heard of that before. Oh, fascinating. Some listeners, oh no, I've read that already. Aura apologised, saying she would never intentionally cause harm to other LGBTQ plus people, but the incident showed how the world had moved on since Katy Perry sang "She Kissed a Girl and She Liked It," as long as her boyfriend didn't mind it. Yes, that is the ultimate level of cringe, is Katy Perry. Right, the idea of bisexuality as a taboo is outdated and damaging, argued US star Halsey, whose songs depict relationships with both women and men. That narrative is so damaging to bisexuality and its place in society. Quote the line, "It felt so wrong, it felt so right." That's something I've had to fight my whole life, and something I still fight. I still sue people on the internet. Of course Halsey says she's bisexual. It will help her sell albums. Maybe just not, there is a thing like, straight people don't like make a big thing of being straight. Unless they're like, mad homophobic or internally gay. Do you know what I'm saying? Going out their way to like going, I'm straight. It's assumed, so it doesn't matter. Like, just don't mention it. That's why I just wouldn't mention it. I'm just like, yeah, and then turn up somewhere with your girlfriend or whatever, or your boyfriend. Just go, oh yeah, this, yeah. Do just like that. Just like that. Because no one's going to be fucking surprised, are they? Because this is the 21st century, the second decade. We're going to be moving into an, you know what I'm saying? Come on, think. Do I have to do all the thinking around here? That charge has also been levelled at Ariana Grande, whose apparent declaration of bisexuality was labelled queerbaiting by people who pointed out that all her public relationships have been with men. Well, maybe she hasn't found the right girl. I haven't. Sexuality scale, but that's a problematic accusation itself, as though having a heterosexual relationship could somehow cancel out any same-sex attraction. Maybe the dick is just too good. Maybe that's it. Maybe the dick's just too good. You're gonna have to like one more than the other. It's like children. You kind of love them all equally. One of them's gonna be like, I love him, but God, wish I'd fallen down the stairs. When YouGov asked people to plot themselves on a sexuality scale, I'm glad YouGov are spending taxpayers' money doing something that's like that. A sexuality scale. Brilliant. More than a quarter of Britons chose something other than 100% heterosexual. Yeah. So like going, well, I can't just be heterosexual. Facebook, which is as reliable a social barometer as any, also offers users more than 70 gender options. I haven't seen that. I've checked mine. I was going to turn into a girl for a day. That's bullshit. Including bi-gender, pan-gender, non-binary, and two-spirit. Although gender, it should be noted, is separate to sexuality. Just stop, would you? Just please. Pandering to idiots, man. Seeing these trends reflected in popular culture is hugely encouraging, says Joe Nellis. The impact it can have for young people who are coming to terms with their own sexuality is really powerful. Or on the other hand, maybe it's brainwashing. I'm just playing devil's avocado right now, you know what I mean? Even non-LGBT artists like Little Mix are becoming real allies to LGBT people, he says, noting how the band recently played Secret Love Song under a rainbow flag in Dubai, where gay sex is illegal. Look at that, Little Mix being all political in Dubai. Good Lord. Guys, it's like when Sinead O'Connor fucking ripped up the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live, innit? It's a real positive move. It means that even non-LGBT artists are standing up for LGBT young people in particular. Right. You know, they probably aren't even allowed to know what that flag means, to be fair. I won't be surprised. Pop singer King Princess agrees in... Are you bored of this? I'm so bored of this. So instead of King Princess, when I was a kid, I wanted somebody to look up to whose music I was excited about, who was gay. Instead, she ended up following androgynous but predominantly straight artists like Mark Bolan, David Bowie, and Led Zeppelin. How old is this person? There was the ambiguity from the people who were on stage, like, you don't have to be a boy, you don't have to be a girl, you can wear tight-ass pants. I was just like, this seems like my lane. I like this type of showmanship. This makes me feel comfortable about my sexuality. These guys are totally gay. It's amazing how they change language. Now, making music on her own terms, the singer is relaxed at being labelled a queer icon in the making. Where's the straight icons? That's what I want to know. Has anyone been labelled a straight icon? Just an icon of being straight? I don't know. Who would it be like? Billy Ray Cyrus? Is he a straight icon? Who else is a straight icon? Like, just ultimately straight. Like Gene Simmons from Kiss. Bangs so many ladies. Like, he's like a massively straight icon. Like, God, he's straight. Bruce Springsteen. Like, he's so fucking straight. He is an icon for all straight people. He's so fucking straight. God, I love it straight. I'm down to take that on, she says, and it's not about my songs being gay. I hope my music's really thoughtful and strong and people just get with it. At the end of the day, that's really what this is about. That's why Rachel Brodsky has reservations about acts like King Princess, Tegan and Sarah, and Troye Sivan being branded queer pop. I mean, that is a good point. I mean, there isn't such thing as straight pop. Queer isn't a genre, it's a sexual preference. Yeah, but it could be a genre though, innit? Like, just go, that is so queer. Like, do you know, if you're like, you know, there's certain like real campy things that you just can't get into. You know, I think the Borderline one was like, I think a lot of people were into Scissor Sisters because they made, you know, great tunes. But that definitely was queer pop because it was like, God, they are so gay. You know, the good gay. You know, not the you know, that's so gay. You know, we're still using that. No one dictates how I change my words. But yeah, you know, there's such a thing as Pink Pound. You know, why do you think you have certain acts playing at GAY? Do you know what I'm saying? You don't get death metal acts at fucking GAY, do you? It's like using the term all-female band. What does it matter what someone's gender or sexual preference is when it comes to music? It's called marketing, dear. It's called marketing. And all these people in this ever-changing world where it's more acceptable and people want icons, and when it's suddenly, when it's very trendy to be all these different types of sexualities, and very trendy to have all these different genders that have just been made up, it serves branding. It's called branding. If people want to relate, if a young black boy doesn't want to relate to Post Malone, that's, like black music. Black music. Black is a race. Well, it's not really race. Black is what it is. Whatever the scientific term is, that's where it is. What are the scientific, like Caucasians? What is black? What's the actual? Is there a better scientific? Caucasian. What is black? What is it these days? They changed. They probably changed that. I'm probably going to sound really stupid. Black music is a race. It's not a brand. It's not a genre, but it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get certain things from black music that you don't get from certain white music, Do you know what I'm saying? Should we get rid of J and K-pop? Japan is a nationality, not a genre. Right. It's at the end of the day, everyone's an artist. Let's stick to describing sound as a form of classification instead of appearance and sexuality, shall we? It's like, let's not make a point about stuff, but let's make a massive point about not making a point, isn't it? I don't want to be labelled. I don't want anyone. I'm not going to have a point. I'm going to be used as a point to be made. Don't you label me, but I am going to make a massive point about this non-point. Well, there you have it. People in the music industry are still cringy as fuck. See that up there? Go click on that. Yeah, there's more stuff down there. Like and subscribe, and whatever fucking media platform you're on. Like, do what you got to do to make me happy, okay? Because I just made you happy. So can you make me happy, please? A bit of give and take for once. Would that be alright? Love you, really.